In this video, we're going to discuss the trades of the day. We had a stock run up 150% today and gave us some good scalps. This week has been strong. Monday, Tuesday, pre-market and the open. Today, pre-market was great. At the open, we had some trades that didn't work out. I had to cut them early. I'm going to discuss those today. Also, I'm going to give an update on the small account challenge. Many of you already know if you've been in our pre-market live calls or if you're in the ProfitX community, then you already know. But for those that haven't gotten an update, I'll give an update during this video. Let's jump into it. Okay, so the first trade of the day was on ENSC on breaking news. So ENSC, they were awarded a US patent. That news came out, pushed to the upside. We had our little consolidation here, squeeze up, and then on the breakout, this is where I got my first entry there for about a 1 to 2, a little bit under a 1 to 2 trade here. Then as price pushes, starts to settle here above the 9 EMA and VWAP, we have another trade that settles here, hits the 9 EMA, price pushes up. We push down on this little pin bar and then price pushes up. This is the entry here, and it didn't work out right away. It pushed and started to pull back, had to sit through some, a little bit of drawdown. And then we had to let the trade breathe a little bit because the tape, the CVD, level 2, everything looked pretty good here. So as price just sort of created the first leg, then the second leg of the double bottom, if you hadn't gotten in already, then definitely on the second leg of the double bottom, you have an entry here. So price pushed up and we were patient, and this went up to almost like a 1 to 5, but you have to have a perfect exit if you want to catch all of that. As it starts to pull back, you don't want to lose an R. Like this is one R here, right? So you don't want to lose a whole R. So you go ahead and exit and take your profits there, and price pulled back. And as we have this pullback here, the selling is aggressive, but this one could have worked out. But typically, I'm a little patient on these. I want to make sure that the buyers are in control, and you want to see buyers become more aggressive. So price pushes up, a little patient here. It didn't quite work out. It's best on these, when you have such a sharp pullback with aggression, you can wait on the double bottom. This would be an entry that's a little bit more aggressive. So you get a little size in, see if it works. If it doesn't, you cut it. Or if you get that double bottom, then that's a good confirmation on those. So price pushed back. It was aggressive. The sellers were aggressive here. Price pushes back on through VWAP. And then we start to reclaim here. And at this time, I moved over to the live stream. So this is the first ticker of the day, up 150%. This is the best trade of the day, all right? Now, a few other ideas that we put out there. One was QBTS. So this is the quantum basket. So the quantum basket, we talked about it this morning. QBTS, RGTI, and QUBT. They actually popped up at the open, pulled back, and we had a trade. So QBTS gave the cleanest trade, but actually I entered RGTI. So I was looking at QBTS, and then one reason or the other, I jumped over to RGTI, but we had this range, price pulled up, pulled back to VWAP. There's an entry here, another entry there, and then it kind of just started to go flat a little bit, and then later on it pulled out. So here, this is where I gave a little bit back, is here on RGTI. So price pushed, again, I'm looking at both, and I should have got in on QBTS because it had a much stronger breakout of the range. So price pushes here, it pulls back. I enter here, and it was looking good. And as it came back down to, I cut it about here. So small loss there, not much of a loss there, but it started to just to range there. So later on, these actually went. QBTS was the better one out of the basket, and that's the one we talked about in our game plan meeting. Okay. All right. Another one was SLXN. So SLXN pushed up on news, and I was a little late. To the party because if I could have got the first leap here. So price pushed, hit the scan, broke through, pushed again, and on this breakout, this is the one that I should have been in. I was a little bit late because I was looking at another ticker there. So what I did is I entered here on this break around here. Price pushed. I was up 1 to 1, and the bid looked very strong. It was holding. So I actually held on to this to try to let it develop, and my stop was down here. And what I told the group was we can just go ahead and move the stop it's no reason to take a full loss if you're still holding. Some people may have actually took profit there, but I was holding. The bid was looking strong. There was a battle on the level 2. You can see it, and this one I had to cut. I moved my stop up, just a small loss on this one. And actually, again, as I said, I should have been in a little bit earlier here. First leg, second leg, the buying aggression was strong. The bid was holding pretty strong. So the second leg looked pretty good. It just didn't work out right away. And then the third, another play here on, so SLXN later on pulled back, gave another play there. Okay, now UPXI gave us some great trades yesterday, and today when it opened, it gave us there was a scalp right before the market opened. It was hard to catch. I actually didn't catch this one, but price had pulled above this area, pulled back, no base candle here, but it just shot up from VWAP. So I actually didn't catch that one. But as price pulled up, we were looking to see if we were going to have another entry there, but no entry. So price sort of ranged, it dropped and then pulled back above VWAP, pulled back. We were trading other things at this moment. Price pulled up here, and I was looking for this entry right here, which I didn't catch because I was trading another ticker. But for you all, I would definitely check this out, the entry here. So whenever you have a stock like this typically would short off, but price pulled up back above VWAP and held. So typically when that happens, that signals that, you know, the shorts that came in, they weren't able to push price down. So here is an entry that is very obvious here, right? We had several touches here where price wasn't able to break through that resistance. Price broke it, came back here. So that was a nice entry. Now, what I did take, because I was trading something else and I came over, try to get an entry here. So we took an entry and then it didn't work out. So I had to cut it. I went ahead and cut like around here or so. It's not a full loss. So the best trades of the day came from ENSC for me. Others, they sort of struggled, but I'll cut them. So I didn't take too big of a losses there, so didn't give too much profit back away. Maybe 1 hour or so total from my gains that I had from ENSC. Okay, let's talk about the small account challenge. So back in January, I opened up an account with the broker that I mentioned. I don't want to mention them constantly because I had a setback with them, but I didn't try again. So I'm gonna explain what happened, and I don't wanna throw them under the bus, but I may retry, I just got busy. So back in January, I opened an account, as I mentioned, with the offshore broker so that I could use my small amount, have leverage, and be able to trade continuously without cash account rule. So what I did is I opened up an account, and when I sent my money over, it had been like 3 weeks and they still hadn't received it. So I have the emails. I'm going to show it to you so that you can see. Again, this isn't anything against the broker because I know people that have used them. It's just that there's a few things that were going on. January, I decided to go to do live game planning on YouTube so that I can prepare to, do the challenge, but I would do live game planning so that you all can follow along. Secondly, I started live trading in our group. We were doing pre-market plans, but I decided to go live and we do live trading. So also the ProfitX community could go along with me on the challenge. So those are two major things that take, production. I have to get used to doing the live on YouTube and then also trading live as well with the group. So I made those changes. And then when I had the issue with the broker, it was just, I was doing a whole lot at once. So I just put that to the side and just traded my main account. So, okay, again, as I mentioned, it's nothing against this broker. So this is January 27th. Hey, I'm reaching out to see you receive my wire that I made almost 2 weeks ago. So then they asked for a few things here. And then I attached my receipts that I sent it. And they sent me another email back, and then I sent another reference, and they said that we have not received the funds. Contact your bank to initiate a recall of funds. So I had already went through waiting for about 2 to 3 weeks, and it's offshore, and I was busy. So I was thinking about doing the challenge with Thinkorswim, but since it would be all cash, starting with about 500 would be a heavy climb if I didn't have the leverage. So I'm regrouping on the challenge, but there's 3 things that I'm starting to do. 1 is I'm going to be doing our live game plan, so please check that out. 2, we're live trading within the ProfitX community. And then 3, I'm going to start to do these recaps. So if you enjoyed these recaps, please like and subscribe. Give me some feedback. I'm going to continue to expand when it comes to what I'm offering on YouTube to try to help those who have been struggling, those who are trying to come from Forex to stocks or go from futures to stocks or find real edge. Also, we're having a webinar on this coming Monday. Please click the link in the description to join if you want to join that free webinar. It's going to be on scalping and order flow. We'll be talking about how to use order flow to see real supply and demand. I'll see you in the morning for a pre-market game plan, and I look forward to doing these for the rest of the year. So if you want to see my video on stock selection, how I set up my scanner, what scanners I use, click the link in the right-hand description.